Welcome back to The Creative Behind. If you're following this channel, which you can do by pressing on the subscribe button down below, you know I am in the process of developing mobile apps for my 12 Startups in 12 Months challenge. And until now, for my iOS apps in particular, my test phone has been an old iPhone 7. You know, it's just a test phone, so it didn't really bother me that it is somewhat outdated. But with recent advancements in the technology, using an iPhone 7 has started becoming a bottleneck for me. Don't get me wrong, this phone has really done its job. I bought it secondhand for more than 5 years ago, and honestly, it's been a little workhorse since then. Still in great shape, but it stopped at iOS 15.8 and is not updated to later iOS versions anymore. This means it doesn't support lock screen widgets, it doesn't support Apple Intelligence, and it doesn't really have any support for newer frameworks. Basically, this was great back in 2019, but not so much anymore in 2025. So I had two options. Option one was buying another second-hand iPhone that is still getting the latest updates, and the option two was going all in and buying a new phone. So I started browsing second-hand phones first, and oh wow, they are not that cheap anymore. Even second-hand phones, I mean. For many known and unknown reasons, Apple products keep their value even in the second-hand market. Then it hit me, my Android phone, a Huawei P30 Lite, is now 6 years old too. Battery is fading, the camera is fading, and honestly, maybe I'm fading with it too. So I thought, what if I just buy one phone that can last for many years moving forward, cover both my personal and testing needs when developing new apps, and finally stop switching between the Android and iOS all the time. So yes, I finally did it, and I bought a brand new iPhone 17. If you're interested in the unpacking part, so I'm going to try to put it somewhere here. You can ask, why not the Pro version? Well, because the Pro version is even more expensive. It could still be worth it though, but when I looked at the specs, I couldn't really find a single feature that really justified paying that much more just to get 3 lenses instead of 2 at the back of the phone. At least that is what I keep telling myself to feel better about it. This purchase means a few big things for me. The first thing is that I officially moved from an Android phone to an iOS phone as my daily driver. Secondly, my test phone and personal phone are now the same. And third, I can finally test all the latest iOS features for my upcoming apps, including lock screen widgets, Apple Intelligence, and all the fun stuff that's been off limits for me. And there's a bonus benefit too. The front camera on the new iPhones is quite incredible. You can shoot high-resolution videos straight from it. As someone who is planning to share more of my journey here on YouTube, I think this phone will actually help me produce better videos as well. And honestly, this thing feels really premium. It's smooth, solid, and a bit dangerous because I might be on my way to becoming an Apple fanboy too. So that's a quick update. My transition from Android to iPhone 17. And I'm saying goodbye to my old iPhone 7 as well at the same time. See you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow my 12 Startups in 12 Months journey. I have a long list of things in the backlog. Stay tuned and see you next time.